Alright, here goes nothing. Welcome guys to my first real YouTube video on this channel. Hope you guys enjoy. Alright boys, today we are going to tackle one of the hardest challenges out there for any new Tarkov player. Today we are going to kill the custom scav boss, Reshala. Even better, I'm going to show you how to do it for about less than 300,000 rubles. We're talking cheap, boys, so let's get into it. Before we go into this, let's talk about some interesting facts about Reshala, because there's some important stuff that you guys kind of need to know. The most important detail that I want you guys to know is that Reshala actually only has a 35% chance to spawn. He can spawn in 4 different areas, but like 99% of the time, I usually only see him in these 2, new gas station, as well as dorms. Another big thing, guys, is that Reshala isn't really the biggest issue here. The bigger issue are the 4 guards that he's always accompanied by. They're pretty well armored. I'd watch out for them. They are very capable of giving you a bad day. They often run some of the weapons that you see here, some AK-103s, 74Ns, with these sorts of kits. Here we got some examples of the headwear they can wear. Anything from level 3 6B47s to full-on Altons with the face shield, which are both level 5. Their armor is anything from a Paca, which is level 2, to Sombrero Fort, which is level 6. They can also wear AVS chest rigs, which are also pretty decent, but good loot once you kill them, boys. Oh, by the way, before I forget, I highly recommend checking out this website that we're on right now, the Escape from Tarkov wiki on Gamepedia. It's a great resource for tasks, ammo types, and more. And if you want more content like this, or you want to ask me a question about this, or anything out, you just want to hang, you can check me out on Twitch. Link is in the description. Alright, we're going to talk about the kit that I think you guys should be using if you really want to take down Reshala, especially for cheap. You could use a lot of different things, but here I'm going to give you some suggestions for stuff that you want. That'll be under about 300,000 rubles, which sounds like a lot, boys, but trust me, most decent kits are well over $1 million. So, and you're killing Scab Bus. If you want to kill Reshala, I recommend this kit. Starting off, I got 2 suggestions for a helmet that you guys can use when killing Reshala. We got the LZSH light helmet with a face shield, which will cost you around 90,000 rubles. This is a better option for people that want to wear contacts and or other headphones in game, while the other option is the ZSH, also with a face shield. A little bit cheaper, around 60,000 rubles, but the downside of this is that you won't be able to hear as well and gather intel when fighting boss, which is pretty important, but it's really down to your opinion. Next up, for the armor that I think you guys should be wearing, the only thing I can recommend is the 6B15 armored rig. It's about 43,000 rubles coming from Ragman. I recommend this rig mainly because it's level 4, so it's going to do decent protection, especially against the rounds that the scav boss and his minions shoot. Additionally, because it's both a armored vest and a tactical rig, boys, it's going to be cheaper because you're combining both these items. So altogether, it's just going to bring the price of your kit down a little bit. We're going to use an AK-74M assault rifle as our gun. This is probably going to be the most expensive part of your build. I usually like to go with a build I got from Deadly Slob. Here it is right here. Looks like this. Gives you about a vertical recoil of 53, 67 ergo, which is pretty decent. And it costs around 88,000. Here's the list of items right here, guys. Take a look. Here we'll take a look at how it fires with that 53 recoil. It's pretty good. It looks a little bit weird with the PK on the front sight, but I recommend that you do this build. It's pretty cost efficient. Just like that, boys. Reshala is dead.
Alright, so our kit right now looking anywhere between 250,000 to 270,000 rubles. Not bad. We got our helmet, we got our chest rig, we got our gun, but we're still going to need a couple other things. We need some magazines. I recommend 60 rounders, though 30 rounders are just fine if you still want to keep it cheap. You can also get some Propital, which is a nice little stim, keep you healing throughout the fight, keep you painkillered. That's your choice. It's just a little bit of an extra item. But the more important thing is that the ammo you choose, I recommend BT ammo. It's probably the best for the price. And additionally, you're going to want to bring some nades, boys. 2 or 3 nades, depending on what you want. But they're going to be very key in the strategy for killing Reshala, and I'll go over that in just a second. We're going to talk about some strategies you should use to kill Reshala, but before I really get into it, I just want to elaborate. We're going to separate them into 2 categories because the strategy you should use really depends on which place he spawns at, because Dorms is much more close quarters than New Gas Station often is, especially if they're in the back and not actually in the gas station building. It can be a very different experience. So we're going to go over ways to deal with certain scenarios. I'm going to try and keep this simple for you guys, but when you're fighting Reshala first off in Dorms, you should be able to know before you enter the building if he's there. When you're walking up to either 2-story or 3-story dorms, you should be able to hear the scavs yell at you in a very angry Russian voice right before you walk in, and that's how you know. That's when you want to start getting careful, being careful. That's when you want to take your Propital or whatever else you need to prepare. And if you don't know exactly where Reshala is, there's a good way of getting him out, good way of digging him out, and this works both at dorms or New Gas Station, and that's by using your grenades. If you think that they're in a certain area, just toss an nade to that area, and the scavs have a really dumb AI sort of programming where they will just flee for their lives, boys, and that's your chance. So I'm going to show a clip in just a sec of how I used a nade to displace one of the raiders, but that's why nades are so important. For some reason, the scavs just have a really bad AI. When you toss a nade in their directions, they flee like rats, boys. Take a look at this. Come the second, I'm gonna push third. I definitely hear movement on third. Yep. Oh, it's Reshala. It's Reshala. It's Reshala. It's Reshala. We're good. It's Reshala. It's Scab Bus. It's entire Scab Bus. I killed Reshala.
That's not fun.
Did they come down?
Players outside too.
There's one that came down.
Okay, I'll kill him. Don't kill me. I'm peeking.
Yeah, I know.
There's more. I need you peek. Oh,
I peeked.
Do you kill him?
I don't know.
Okay. Please don't push me. Please don't push me. I'm gonna peek again.
Let me one, and I'll peek too.
No. We shouldn't double peek because we'll crossfire and kill each other.
You should peek.
Okay, I'm peeking. Okay. I see one on the stairs. I'm gonna nade it. He's gonna run down towards us. Yep. Nice. I almost killed you.
Yeah, you did.
They're all dead. They're all dead.
Jesus Christ.
They're all dead. They're all dead.
There's players.
From that clip, you got to see a multitude of things. You got to see how I used a high round magazine, which was very helpful when I had to spray down multiple scavs in the same staircase. If I had a 30 rounder there, probably would not have gone the same way for me. I probably would have died. Additionally, I used some Propital, helped my chances to survive. I immediately started healing because the scavs blacked some of my libs, so that started some passive healing for me, so I didn't have to med as much. And then lastly, you saw how I used that nade. That nade was probably key. If I never threw that nade, the scavs wouldn't have come down, especially that first one. I threw that nade, and that scav ran like a rat. There was nothing he was going to do. He wasn't going to shoot at us, and so we were easily able to kill that scav because of the nade. Moving on to Old Gas Station, as you can see on screen, the scavs can spawn either in it, where I am right now, which they didn't in this clip, but instead they spawn behind the gas station. That makes it a lot harder for us to kill them because they have a lot more open space, and Scav AI can sometimes be really broken and they can just one-tap you. So what I want you guys to do is try and enter the gas station, especially if they're out in the back. I want you to try and enter the gas station from the front, just like how I did here, and then use this window that I'm peeking right now, as well as the door on the opposite side of new gas station, as ways to find and get picks on the scab bosses. Remember to use your nades to try and displace them a little bit, get some more intelligence on where they're moving, and just do not engage them from range. As you see, I'm going to show you a clip of me engaging them from more of a ranged sort of combat scenario, and it does not work out for me. I see him. Nope. Nope, they could still shred me. Through the flashbang. Holy... Nope. We're not doing that again.